Beat them senseless.
You and me and you, we gonna throw down. That's right, we gonna get serious.
You can run, but you can't hide.
It's time for the Fuller Broadcast with your host, Jeff Fuller.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fuller Broadcast 24/7 Sports News. I do live interviews with BKFC, MMA, UFC, Bellator, and all kinds of around the world. I like to have fighters coming on my show to talk about their present fights, their past, their training, and what's going on with them in 2021. I also bring promoters, owners, presidents on my show to talk about how well their shows are doing and what we expect from them. So today I am bringing on, it looks like my app's not working today. So I'm going to bring on Muhammed MoMuscle DeReese. Did I pronounce that right, man?
Yes, sir.
All right. So welcome to the Full Broadcast, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right. So to start off, give us a little detail about you, how you started, and then we'll talk about your PFL career. Then we'll go on about your promotion.
Okay, so I'll do a fast-forwarded brief summary. I've always been an athlete. I've grown up in sports, played sports since I was about 5 all the way into high school. I played football, I wrestled, and did track. I was athlete of the year 3 years in a row. I was a D1 football player. I ended up going to UCF. I was a state champion high school wrestler. I've always was in sports, and at the time, you probably couldn't tell me I wouldn't, wasn't making it to the NFL. So I was playing college ball. I ended up getting hurt. So I started doing some boxing to stay in shape because I couldn't run. I tore my groin. So as soon as I did move around, I started boxing, started doing tough man boxing competitions, knocking people out. Went 9-0 doing that. I got recruited by Richard Jones. He saw me. He said, "Hey, you ever thought about MMA?" And I was like, I see you on TV that you got to grapple and you got to, strike. I wrestled and, I did martial arts growing up. So, I probably can do it. I jumped in it for fun. I went about 5-0 as an amateur before I got noticed. The fifth guy I knocked out told me I should go pro. So I just took a bunch of amateur fights, went 11-0 as an amateur, and decided, maybe I could go pro at this. And, I went pro. I started off, I went 5-0. But between 2015 and 2018, there was nothing for me. I forgot I went to the Ultimate Fighter, Tough 23. I was on there, and I ended up fighting Khalil Roundtree to get into the house, and he ended up beating me. And so on a regional level, nobody wanted to fight me. It was like, there's a high risk, low reward. There wasn't nobody's getting paid that much on a regional scale. So I went about 3 years without getting no fights. And during that time, I was like, I want to start doing promotions. I want to be in MMA still. Let me put promotions on over here in Brevard County, Florida. So I started off doing that, and I started getting some success with in the beginning. It's he's not so profitable in the beginning. I made a little bit of money. As I started to grow and started to iron out the kinks, started working out, and then all of a sudden I got a call by the PFL, Professional Fighters League, in 2018, a short notice call to fight a guy, Leroy Johnson, I believe his name was, and I went up there, KO'd him in the first round. Called me back for short notice again versus Mike Kyle. Mike Kyle fought in the UFC. He was on the later of his career, but I've seen him fight before, and it was a cool opportunity to fight him. I beat him, ground and pounded him out in the first round, and so that got me in with them for the next year, 2019. Made us to the playoffs. I ended up coming up short to the guy who made us to the finals. And then, I was ready for 2020 season, and then they canceled the whole season and kind of, messed everything up. But, luckily I got called short notice again. That's how they like to do me, as an alternate. And then I got a short notice fight the day before to fight Jenna Gostov, one of the top fighters in the world right now. I took it on a day's notice. That didn't come my way, but since I took it, that put me in the tournament, so I get to go and showcase my talents again June 25th up in New Jersey, and I'm excited about that. But June 19th, my show over in Melbourne, Florida, MFC7 Night of Vengeance. That's what I'm pushing. You see my man's background right now. I'm excited. I've gotten a lot of good turnout already. We sold out VIP, section and or this far out. And this is the first I've ever done that this far out from the fight. So I'm excited about it. There's going to be a lot of people. It's going to be a lot of momentum coming in.
So with a fighter, as you are being a pro fighter in the PFL MMA league and doing promotion, how do you juggle everything that you have to do with your promotion, trying to get matches made up, and end up having a fight at PFL? It's a lot of hard work for you. How do you maintain that energy?
Oh yeah, man, it's tough. Especially I have a family also, so I got to take care of my family. But just having a good team. I have a good team. Richard Jones, like I said, he's the one who got me in MMA. He helps me out with the matchmaking and the doing with the fighters. I got a guy that runs the sanctioning, Mitch Miller. He ran a bunch of promotions before he got into doing the sanctioning. The guys who cage, I rent. Daniel Donaldson, he runs the Rise of the Warrior promotions, one of the best promotions in Florida. So I got a strong team. I got a new partner that I'm working with, Mike Orlando. He's done a bunch of promotion. This is his first time jumping into the MMA world, but as far as events and promotions, he's done many big promotions before in the entertainment business. So just having a strong team of people working with me helps me focus on just training. I check in with everybody else, what's going on. Then I go train, and then when I'm done training, I check back in, see what's going on, whatever I got to do. Then I get back, deal with my family, train again later on, and the cycle continues.
So how is your promotion just Emmy only? Or are you going to try to go take it up to a pro level, or just keep it where you're at?
Right now, I'm focusing on amateur as I build it up. The more events I put on, and the more I get really comfortable in the formula, having it run like a well-oiled machine, and I can just pretty much sit back. Once I get it going and flowing a little better, I may step it up to pro one day. That's definitely a goal of mine. But right now, I'm just focusing on getting exposure to these amateurs. They got to get these fights in now before they can go pro, and try to get them some exposure. Try to get them on interviews. Try to get them pushed on flyers. Try to get them video interviews, because this is what's going to happen when you go pro. So if I can get them some experience doing all that, help them on their earlier parts of their career, then I think I can definitely help them get to the next level.
Which is good, because I know a lot of MMA fighters out at the West Coast that like to go to the East Coast and fight with Florida East Coast, like New Jersey and all that now. So hopefully, if you need some fighters, I could share you a bunch of time to try to get you some more fighters on that card.
Yeah, and I'm always in eventually, like I said, for right now, I'm focused on just in this area, but the long term goal is to multi cities and maybe multi states at some point. So the more I can be plugged in with fighters from New York, I got some fighters from New York flying down to fight on the card. All over Florida, I got a couple people coming from Missouri. You know what I mean, to come down. So I try to showcase different fighters from different places, and it gives the fans something to be, happy for, excited about. Oh, this guy's coming from New York. Oh, this guy's coming from Missouri. Oh, they getting guys coming from all over the place to come out here, So I'm excited about it.
So with your event that you got going, do you see your promotion? Do you have any competition around Florida with the Emmy promotions, or do you guys work together as a team to make yourself bigger?
Yeah, there's a lot of promotions. I don't really have no quarrels with any of them. A lot of them I actually fought on when I was an amateur, so I have connections with some of the guys. Breakthrough MMA used to be a big promotion. They're not doing it anymore, but Rise of the Warrior, I never got to fight for them, but I was cool with the owner. I fought on Combat Night before back in the day, so I've kept those relationships, and I work around what they got going on. I try to, if I'm doing an event, I try to make sure they're not doing an event, or if they are doing an event, it's so far that it doesn't really conflict. And I try to make sure we work together down here a lot. But there's some people who take it as competition and will push it. But the big guys around here, I'm friends with all of them. I'm cool with all of them. I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes. Out where I'm at is away from all of the competition, really. So,
So what's the competition like let's talk a little bit away from your promotion right now. What's the competition like in the PFL in the heavyweight division right now? Is it more competitive now than it was before?
Yeah, man, they keep stepping it up. When I first got in, even in the beginning it was pretty tough, but just they're appealing. They do this format where it's a season and it's playoffs. It doesn't matter who you are. If you make it to the playoffs, you're getting paid. You get paid well. So whether I'm Conor McGregor or whether I'm some entry level fighter, we all have a shot to get to that $1 million. And if you take out somebody you're not supposed to take out and make it to the playoffs and make it through that finals and win the finals, you a millionaire. So it's very appealing to the fighters, especially if they're coming up. Hey, I could go fight in the UFC and make okay money as starting out, or I can go to PFL, make similar money, but have a chance to make more money in the long run, than an entry level fighter in the UFC. And then if I win the championship, my stock rises. So my negotiations with the UFC or Bellator or ONE FC is much better than it was before. You know what I mean? So and eventually, who knows? PFL might just take over and be the destination for everybody. They're up and coming fast. They're making big moves. They partner with a lot of really guys that's doing things in the business, entertainment. We just signed Ray Lewis. That's like my favorite football player ever. So that was awesome that they signed him. They got Wiz Khalifa on the ownership. They got They got Kevin Hart a part of the ownership. So they got they got it going. They got the formula down, man, and I think they'll be successful. And they might be they might be the ones right there. They're already, I feel like they're right there under the UFC because they're on ESPN.
So with your hang on for a second. Anybody that's watching my show live right now, make sure you guys go to the StreamYard and make sure you accept for them to see your comments on my screen. I know a lot of you guys are seeing just your comments, but you're not seeing your picture or anything. I apologize, but you guys have to make sure you like my screen. I mean, my StreamYard. Sorry. So, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so let's get the PFL. This is what I want to ask some of the promoters and fighters. The PFL, which is a league, so once you're in that league and you don't get paid to the matches you have, like a tournament you were talking about. Mm-hmm. So once you're out of it, how do these fighters be able to afford their, like hotel, their travel expenses if they can't, get when they're in this tournament?
Oh no, you get paid to show. You get paid. You get paid. Like they make sure they pay you per diem. They give you per diem, for your stay. They cover your travel. Now we're in the age of COVID. We get COVID tested every day. We're up there quarantined. They give us food. They give us a per diem for food. So they take care of their fighters, man. That's one thing about them that I'm happy about is they make sure I'm taken care of while I'm there. And then they pay you even if you're say you make it to the tournament, you get paid to show, you get paid to win. But if you're in a tournament, you also get paid to show, pay to win, and then you get paid for the next fight if you move on. So you securing your funds. You know what I mean? So and they always come through. They always deliver. They get you money right away, right after the fight. There's never been a time.
I just had to ask that because I was curious because of some other promotions. The order for you to get paid, you got to show up at the fight, and after the fight if you win or something like that. Because some promotions they won't pay for your hotel expenses and stuff. A lot of fighters that are whatever, I like to know in advance, hey, or how am I going to be able to pay for my hotel? And that's what's good about you. You want to start in the state, keep all the fighters in state because it's easy for them to travel. Oh yeah, and
as far as my promotion, we cover the hotels, and if they're traveling, far, I usually put them toward their trip. But yeah, we try to keep guys in the state, or even if they're not in the state, they might have family in the state, so so they can come down with and be with their family and stuff like that. And it ends up working out. But guys coming from out of town, we usually at least give them the hotel room for the weigh-ins and for the fight night.
See, because I don't know if you ever heard of my show before, but I've been doing this for a few years, but since back 2012.
Oh, wow.
I like to yeah, I like to support all the fighters. Should give them more out in the world to let people know who they are, exposure and everything.
Yep.
And they like to get that help. So, as you being a promoter and a fighter, how would you help these fighters that are Emmy to get sponsors and try to be able to get their way to certain events that they need to go to?
Yeah, I made like the main thing is exposure. I try to, I contact the newspaper. I usually have them write the story about whoever's headlining or the main event. I try to get photos out, get videos out. You see a couple videos I put up with some of the fighters. So I try to get them as much exposure as I can. Some of my past fights, I got them radio interviews, podcasts, and stuff like that, and show them like, look, man, sometimes the guys will do it, sometimes the guys won't, but I try to tell them, look, take advantage of this. This year as a fighter, you got to make your brand, you got to grow your brand, so people got to see you and know who you are and want to support you. They want to support you or want to see you lose, but they want to see you. You know what I mean? So you got to get your face out there. You got to get people to know who you are, and that's how you're going to get paid.
So we were supposed to get another fighter on this show with us. What was his name again? Aaron something?
Alton Edmonds.
Yeah, I was hoping to bring him on here to talk.
I'll send him the link.
Talk a little bit about experience.
Yeah, he's
That's okay.
But yeah, he's this guy. He's a new fighter. Really, he's actually a lawyer. He used to wrestle. He's actually raising money for the wrestling team that he coaches at Cocoa High School. He's a great guy. He just wanted to, it was a bucket list thing, and he always wanted to do it. So we found him an opponent, and he's been training his butt off. I linked him up with a gym, Unlimited Kickboxing, over at Merritt Island, Florida, and they got a lot of high level strikers over there. David DeQualo is an awesome coach. They got a lot of bodies, a lot of fighters there that's fought multiple amateur cards and stuff before. So he's getting good work over there. There's a guy, Gavin Sutton, who's in my main event. He's from Rockledge. He's tough. He's an up and comer. He's experienced as an amateur, and he's probably going to go pro in a year or two at the most. He's an exciting fighter, so I'm excited to see him. And his opponent, Dan Pate, he has family here, and he's coming from Missouri to fight in a title fight in the main event. And I've seen some photos from his other fights, and he's an exciting fighter also. So I'm happy, man. I'm happy in the fights that we have. We have a lot of guys because it's amateur. Amateur after 5 fights, a lot of times these guys going pro. So you got to really get out there and scout and find out. You will find guys who have no fights, so you don't know nothing about them, and then you get in there and you see them, look amazing. You know what I mean? Or some guy who might only have a couple fights, but being that we go scout at the gym and find out about these guys, and get to put them on a platform to fight in front of hundreds of people, that's a lot, and that definitely helps them out. And a lot of times from our promotions, they'll go fight after that get recruited to another bigger promotion. You know what I mean? So and I'm not salty or nothing like that. I tell them, hey, these guys reach out to you, go out there. This is the path. This is the way. Get your name out there, go fight, and that's how you're gonna make it to the next level.
I gotta go check something out real quick. I'm gonna ask you this question. So the poster in my background, explain everybody, the Emmys, the fans, what your promotion is and what your plan is to do 2020 with your promotion. I'll be right back.
No problem. Yeah, MoMuscle Fighting Championship is a fight promotion that I put together to showcase some of the best amateur fighters around and to showcase guys who wanted to get in and do it. We have Muay Thai, MMA, boxing, kickboxing. I'm a fight fan. I love all types of fights. I even have a jiu-jitsu fight on there. But predominantly, mostly MMA. We have 14 MMA fights. We're going to do big things this year. We're starting off here in Melbourne. We're going to move to Daytona. Hopefully, we'll be in Daytona by the end of the year or early next year. Tune in, MoMuscle Fighting Championships on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Mainly Facebook and Instagram. We'll have content. We'll have videos, photos from previous fights. It will have the stream up, the fight day. So just stay tuned. If you want to get out there, check out MFC7.eventbrite.com for tickets. We still have midsection and general admission available. Check us out.
I apologize for my baby being too loud in the background, so I try to have to tell him to, keep it down.
Well, I got 3 of them too, so I know how it is.
I got 5.
Hey, I'm catching. I'm trying. Hey, I ain't caught up yet.
I, I've been working more as making kids than being a fighter or my podcast, man.
You're busy, huh?
So, yeah, not anymore, man. I'm done. 2 years, I turned 50 years old. I can't do it no more.
Oh man.
So,
Okay.
how is it? How's your health and everything been since the COVID-19, hit with your training? And have you been trying to get into the PFL MMA event again, or are you just going to concentrate on your promotion right now?
Well, no, I'm fighting June 25th. PFL
Oh,
6.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, PFL 6 is the weekend after. So I'm fighting on that card. Since I took that short notice fight, it allowed me to participate in the tournament. So my second fight, I fight the number 1 seeded guy, which is great for me because if I take him out, that might catapult me into the playoffs, which will be here in Florida, which I'm excited about. And if it's here in Florida, my fans are gonna show out. So
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. I got to make sure I watch that.
Oh yeah,
Make sure
June
I watch
25th
that.
is gonna be on ESPN Plus. I'm the main event on ESPN Plus card. Like I said, I'm fighting the number 1 guy. He won first round knockout his last fight. And I lost by first round stoppage. So I got to go out there and I got to go for it all in the first round. So I'm gonna come out swinging. It's gonna be fireworks. It's gonna be an exciting fight.
So, what was it? What has your support system been like with your family, your coaches, and everybody around you? Do you have a big support group with you right now?
Oh yeah, it's great, man. My circle is pretty small as far as my friends and family. My wife, she had to sacrifice a lot. She had to, stay here for about 19 days without me with these crazy behind kids I got, driving her up the walls. And, she supported me. She was all, behind me. My family supported me behind me. My close friends that I see, I talk to mostly, they usually fly out to watch me fight, but they couldn't because of the way COVID is. And then all my fans and supporters, whether online, if I haven't met them or a lot of them who I do actually know and deal with, it's been great support. It's definitely to go out, take a short notice fight and jump in and deal with all that, and for my fans and my family to all have my back and support me and keep encouraging me to do what I dream to do what I'm good at doing. I'm proud to have that. I'm proud of all of them. I'm happy they don't understand how much it means to me to be there for me and have my back. I love them all.
All right. So before I ask you another question, everybody's been asking me about what my shirts meant, my thing. So if you guys look right here, I have a new project. I do a project every year for the summer because I live out here in Arizona. I try to help people that live out on the street, the homeless, or families and kids that need water. You see them out. It's so hot here, and a lot of people can't afford getting water or whatnot here. So I try to help the families here to get water, make sure they have water in their trucks, on their sides, and make sure they're hydrated out on the roads and stuff. So if you guys want to help out, send some donations to right here on the bottom screen, $ Fuller Broadcast to help my project. What I do is I go buy cases of water. Sometimes I'll take it to the shelters, or I'll take it to the food banks. And also once or 2 months, I also do food banks delivery as part of my show. We help the families in need of food, which they can't afford during this time. So I try to keep myself busy. We try to help as much as we can. So that's what I do, guys. So I appreciate you guys with all the support everybody does for me. So just if you guys want to help, I have the donation thing up there on my bottom screen. So, all right. So what sponsors that people that you have helping you with your show, their promotion and stuff?
With my show, we give a shout out to Motor Cars of Melbourne. They're they jumped in and sponsored us, got behind it. And it was kind of late in the game as far as the sponsorship, and they jumped in and gave us support. Big shout out to Motor Cars of Melbourne. That's our main sponsor right now. We got Mikey Fit. It's a vendor out here. He's coming to set up, and he's also actually one of my refs. So that's exciting also. This one we kind of, especially since of the pandemic, we didn't get too big with the sponsors leading into this one, but we're trying to hit a home run with this one, which it's looking like it's going to be, so we can build off of this one and pull some more sponsors in. So right now we've been mostly doing off the legwork, and then you getting these ticket sales been booming. All the VIP section is gone. That's mostly courtesy to Alton, who I was trying to get on today. He raised a lot of money for his high school wrestling team. I know he's excited about that. We're excited about that. And so huge shout out to Cocoa High Wrestling for all the work they've been doing, supporting our show. Without them, we won't be as successful this time around.
Yeah, I saw that right there. So since I can't see any of these comment names, so Muhammed DeReese Reaper won versus Verify ENT Smith. It's I'm not sure if you know him. His name is Al the Moment Smith. The truth. He shares a lot of stuff for you guys. He lives in Florida, so I don't know who. He just shares stuff for you to get your promotion out there more.
Gotcha. Reaper for
All right, yeah, I was like, what is that? So what is your main goal in 2021? What do you going to see a strap around your waist? Are you going to try to fight for the title, the $1 million? Your promotion, you're going to make it like bigger than it ever been in 2021?
Yep. My plan, man, is to go out there, win that PFL title. Hopefully, by the end of this year, have that strap around my waist and win that $1 million. And then, going into next year, be set up to run my promotion and get that booming, invest in my promotion, and really get it jumping. It's definitely something that's going side by side, and the fighting helps me staying active as a fighter. That also helps my promotion, because the more I'm seeing fighting, the more people look me up, and they'll eventually see my promotion as well. And then also the fighters that fight for me, they see that I'm out here doing it. I'm not just a guy in a suit saying, hey, come fight for me. I don't know much about the fight game, but hey, let's do it. No, they know I'm out here getting it. I'm out here grinding. I'm out here. I put in the same work they put in, and so the respect level I get, is high, and I appreciate that, and a lot of them, they talk to me, and they say, yeah, we saw you, blah blah, we saw you the other night, you look great. Hey, we pushing for you for the next one, and it's awesome, man. I love this. I love the sport. I love athletics, period. But I really love MMA and wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. I love it all. And just being around the fighters, I get a lot of joy in that and helping them on their path. I've been there, and then me on my own journey also, trying to climb the ranks and be able to provide for my family that way. The fight game has definitely been good to me in recent years, and I'm just want to continue it.
So, guys, if you could just now showed up on my show, MoMuscle DeReese has a match. He's got a card coming up, MFC7. His promotion is June 19th. June 19th, right?
Yep, June 19th, live at the Melbourne Auditorium in Melbourne, Florida.
And now, a week later, he's going to be fighting in the PFL MMA. So make sure you guys tune in. I believe he says on ESPN. Watch him. He's ready to get back in there and try to get that $1 million.
Yep, it's going to be fireworks. I got to give me a first round finish, so I'm going in for the kill. I'm going in there guns blazing.
Hang on for a second. I got to, I guess, all right. My screen just went crazy, man. All right, so what would you like to say to your fans and everybody out there right now before we get you on this show?
All right. Like I say, man, thank you to everybody who's been supporting me all these years. Who've been investing in me, my family, my friends, my close friends, my wife, my children, everybody that's been there for me since day one. Also like to thank, again, Motor Cars of Melbourne for supporting the MFC, MoMuscle Fighting Championship, for those who don't know. My partner, Mike Orlando, my matchmaker, Richard Jones, the guy from the commission that works with me, Mitch Miller, Daniel Donaldson, he brings his cage every time, and he always, supporting me on my own MMA career. You know, and everybody who I'm leaving out, you know, I don't forget about you. Just a lot of people to name. So, thank you all. Show up June 19th live at the Melbourne Auditorium for a great night of fights, and tune into ESPN Plus June 25th to watch your boy MoMuscle holding it down, round for round, pound for pound, in and out of your town. You already know how it go down and who wear the crown. Watch me do work. Let's go.
All right, man. I appreciate you being on my show, and hopefully I'll see you on my show a lot more to talk about your promotion, events coming up, and also with your career in PFL, MMA. So I'll send you this relationship, sharing your show, and we'll see you grow big, man.
I appreciate it, brother. And you know, you never know, you might help me out with a flyer sooner or later.
Okay, I have a quick question real quick. One of the fighters that I know, well, I was just talking about, Al Smith, wants to know if you have any room in the event.
It's tight, but I may, I just need to know the weight class of the guy he needs, you know. I see somebody messaged Richard Jones. I don't know if that's him or not. It might be him.
Hey, I saw that. I don't know who did that one.
Yeah,
so, guys,
that's my man.
sure
That's my man.
He's at 165, he said.
165.
Yeah.
Have him contact me or Richard Jones if he sees Richard Jones information on there. Have him contact us, and you know, we'll see if we can fit him in. People pull out all the time,
right,
especially in the amateur world, you know, so we might have room for him.
All right, you heard him, Al Smith. Contact him and see what he can do for you. I appreciate you taking your time, all the busy schedule you have, and family you got to, you know, do. I enjoy having you on my show. Thank you for being on the Full Broadcast Show, man, and good luck.
Thanks
June 25th.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome, man. Have a good one. All right, guys, you heard it. From PFL MMA fighter and promoter, Muhammed DeReese, MoMuscle. If you guys haven't seen him before, contact him or go to his Facebook, friend him. He's got his promotion starting off. It's getting a little bigger. So message him, and we'll continue to share his promotion. And make sure you guys tune in June 25th at ESPN and watch him make some fireworks in the ring. Hopefully he'll get that $1 million win. So I appreciate everybody watching the full broadcast. Make sure you guys, if you guys want to help me with donations, send it to $ Fuller Broadcast to help me with my new project. I'm out here in Arizona. I help families out with their needs of getting food, water. I do that like once or 2 months, every 2 months probably, but the water is the big deal. I'm trying to get enough cases to go out there and make them bigger, just help people out. I pride to helping people that need help. So continue watching my show and watch lots of stuff going on, new promotions, everything around the world like BKFC, UFC, PFL, MMA, you name it. If you need an interview on my show, contact me. I'll be glad to hear your story and everybody around the world. Thank you for watching the full broadcast 24/7 Sports News. Peace out and have a good night, folks.